You can write many examples. Oxfam report, only few sections of the 2%, top 1%, top 2% of the world have access to 80% of resources. Okay, that itself is indicating kings got replaced by few capitalists. Yes or no? They have control on majority of the resources. In COVID times, when whole society has declined economically and in many aspects, fewer capitalists, they have grown their wealth multiple times, even 100%, 200%. Yes or no? That is one kind of indicating this. Then another form of inequality, if you can tell, countries. Okay, if you see the world, global north versus global south. Yes or no? In the whole world, if you see Europe, Russia, Japan, then European countries, USA, Canada, are they richer or not? Rich. Whereas whole south, okay, Indonesia, India, still developing, but there's a lot of poverty. African countries, forget about Australia. Population of Australia is less than Hyderabad. Leave it. It's an exception. Okay, South America. Is there a division? Did the nature designed north is rich, south is poor? No. And the social constraints which the whole world designed, which was there previously, they are still continuing even today. But in a society, we can't relate it like that. I am showing how different inequalities are there. Even today, in USA, blacks, they don't have access to education. They don't have access to good quality education. Even in India, disadvantaged groups, SC, ST, minorities. Fine, their social status is different. Majoritarian versus minoritarianism. Okay, many forms of inequality are there even today. Right? If you are belonging to upper class person, the chances of getting you for justice for a big crime which you have committed are very less. If you are belonging to lower sections of the society, even death penalty will be given to very easily. Right? Privileges are there only for the few. For you, a common man, for a common farmer to go and get access to credit, it is very difficult. But for a very big shots, crores and crores of rupees will be given very easily, and they will be waived off also very easily. Okay, even the existing previously, we eliminated privy purses, yes or no? Privileges for the kings, princely states. But even most of their families are even today continuing as MLAs and MPs. Right? So like that. Yeah, Chapande. No. That is, don't understand that concept. Reservation is not a social inequality. We introduced reservation in order to correct social inequality. So when a person is asking doubt, don't categorize the person. This is a open open. Sociology should be open to everything. అవును కదా సో తను ఇలా అండ్ అడిగింది ఎందుకు అలా ఎందుకు డోంట్ ట్రై టు categorize, right? That is one first point you have to observe being a sociology student. So how reservation, it is unequal, no doubt. Privileges are there only for the few, దాని మీనింగ్ అది కదా. But that is positive discrimination. For thousands of years, some sections of the societies are not allowed to go to schools or education or there any economic activity. For 70 years, if you are allowing them, there is resistance coming. The only point you say this, when I didn't do any discrimination, why I have to be discriminated? No, some things are not like that. Okay, in order to correct the mistakes, we have to. Unfortunately, the thing is, without actually looking at the benefits which they are actually getting, okay, the politicians are continuing it in a different manner. So if a question comes, what is your view on reservation policy? Don't go against reservation policy. No. Okay, that will be, a mistake, a very big mistake, which you are committing academically, socially also. Okay, few sections of the society, like if you open any talent examination, competitive examination, result if you open, look at the names. Let us take OU, Usmania University Medical College result you see, entrance examination. If you see there, only 3-4 castes will be dominating. Okay, Reddy, Kumar, Chowdhury, you will find these names repeatedly. Does it mean that only they are intelligent? No. Because of social support, they were able to access resources easily. Other sections can't compete with them, so they are able to enter into the examination with the help of this support and going to crack it. Yes or no? So social factors will contribute, no doubt. So in order to provide a better balance, like that NCRT has a photo, Polity NCRT has a photo. There will be a competition of race competition, running competition will be there. In that running competition, it's not running competition, climbing a tree support. Okay, you have to climb a tree. Who are the participants? Crocodile, rabbit, snake, elephant, tiger. All are diverse. Can they compete in climbing the same tree? No. Okay, so like this kind of scenarios, that's the reason reservation is a positive discrimination. We have to assist in order to provide them. So that don't confuse that with this. Fine. Anyway, so these feudal systems, this is also existing in a way in India. This kind of inequality, social inequality is existing. So if you briefly look at feudal society, land is the source of power. In very quickly, if I have to see here, land is the source of power in feudal society. Just a minute. Land was the source of power. Now it got changed to, in modern societies, capitalism, companies, how much of business that became. That was the change they said. But anyway, source of power was land, estate system. Society was divided into different estates. Each estate has a status. Clergy, they have status. They can command the services from other groups. Precise sense of legal complex of rights and duties. Every person, depending on the context in which, or depending on the group in which he belongs, depending on that, rights and duties will be allocated. Privileges and obligations. Like that. So do you find that this is somewhat similar to caste system? Differences are there, but can you see some similarity? Yes. Society always used to divide its people depending on groups. Okay. Even today also, IAS officers, will they have more privileges or not? Ministers, will they have more privileges or not? Okay. If some minister is coming, definitely traffic has to be stopped. Every society, I am not favoring it. I am not in support of it or I am not against it. I am telling that in society this exists. Even in the classroom, who is responding more? Will he be favored or not by the faculty? Yes or no? Even in your school level, if your writing is good, will the teacher who is correcting it, will he or she give more marks or not? Yes. Human psychology. Right? In UPSC also, it matters to some extent. It will not that by having a good writing you will become ranker. No. But definitely when your writing is readable at least. I'm not asking you to do calligraphy. Okay, art form of writing. When your writing is neat, when it is not creating more stress on the faculty to understand, will you get good marks or not? Yes. No sir, completely merit based society. Arey Baba, if you write like a doctor's prescription, how you can understand? Right? So definitely differentiation will be there and each stage. Yes or no? In family also differentiation exists. Okay, there is a kid who studies well, who earns well. Yes, no doubt about it. There is a boy, there is a girl in the family. Boy will be given bike, girl will not be given enough preference in some extent. Yes or no? Like that. Okay, societies are like that. Human beings are not like that, no doubt. So we are looking at that aspect. Differences between estates can be seen in different penalties imposed for similar instances. Quickly, these are all okay. Static things represent a broad division of labor. Even caste system also started like a division of labor. Later it became rigid. No doubt about it. These are the terms which you have to catch, which will be used in multiple ways later. Then coming back here, however, by the end of Middle Ages, 14th century, by the end of Middle Ages, things got changed. Before it was called as Dark Ages. Right? So what are the changes which we were amenable? This is the list of changes. This is important. Gist of chapter 1. Okay, one by one, if you look at the changes: Renaissance, commercial revolution, scientific revolution, Reformation, Enlightenment, Industrial Revolution, French Revolution. Okay, all these changes were happening in medieval Europe, stage by stage. Okay, which ultimately resulted in the creation of modernity. No, these are the changes which happened, ultimately resulted into a formation of new kind of social changes which were rapid, that we are referring to as modernity. Because of these things only, this is not just social change. We are terming it as what? Modernity. Okay, so what is Renaissance? First point which you have to look is, what is Renaissance? Renaissance means a kind of rebirth. Okay, when we are calling it Renaissance, we are calling it as what? It means actually rebirth. Fine. First point, Renaissance is considered, why we are looking at is, people got frustrated with their existing dark ages. They want change to happen. They want to see the changes. So initially, in order to look at the changes, what they are doing? They are looking at their glory in the back. Roman society, Greeks, how they used to live a royal life. Okay, Aristotle, Plato, medicine, astronomy, everything was at a very peak stage in the past. Yes or no? So we have to bring back such kind of society even today. Where am I now? In the time machine, where am I now? 14th century, 15th century Europe. Okay, they want to bring back the glory of the past. That's the reason the term is referred to as Renaissance. Okay, don't confuse all of things as modernity. No, each has its own specific significance. So when people started looking back, they started realizing the glory which we lived. Did you find this similarity with the Indian Renaissance? During freedom movement, in the initial stages of freedom movement, what the people told? Arise, awake, useless fellows, look at your glory. What you achieved in the past. Yes or no? At the beginning of national movement also, a kind of Indian Renaissance happened in India. But late. This is in 14th, 15th century. We are talking about 19th century in India. But when you are changing, definitely humanity will try to look back, achieve the glories in the past, so that we can replicate them. Not only replicate them, but go in much more advanced than that. Okay, so that is Renaissance. Fine. So when we are talking about Renaissance here, many changes happened in art. Da Vinci, literature, painting. Okay, they started exploring different ways of recreating the past. Okay, so this period is called as what? Renaissance. They want to recreate the period of ancient Greece and Rome. Rebirth, a kind of modern age they want to get. Many philosophers came, mathematics got developed. So that we are referring to as Renaissance. See, in fact, all this architecture which they build in that period is what a symbol of the glory which they want to get back. Okay, 14th century was a dark ages. In order to come out of it, they want to realize what we have done in the past. So they replicated in many ways. Fine, many literary works got created. Okay, many kind of novels got being written, showing the glory of the people in the past. Okay, so after Renaissance, we are looking at commercial revolution. Next stage is commercial revolution. So in commercial revolution, as I said, people started producing for the market. Trade, not only within the country. New ports, new routes got created. They are trading at a world level now. Profits got accumulated. Still, technology I am not talking about. New technology will come later. But with the existing thing only, I used to increase the trade, more workers needed. So because of that, what happened, you see? Trade got increased because of new routes, new discoveries. Fine. So more workers are needed. Where will the workers come? From land. Yes or no? From rural to urbans or towns, migration. All the people who used to locate on land, they have to move back to the cities, handicrafts making and all those things. Then more cash, banking services, lending services. These people, the capitalists or the people who are, if not capitalism didn't come yet, okay, in its mature form. People who are doing this trade, they want more kind of capital, money in them so that they can purchase, they can sell. So banking systems got developed. Fine. So that has more money available for building business. If you are given 100 crores to you today, what will do? You will sleep with that 100 crores. That is not gift. You have to you have to repay it. So with that capital, forget about 100 crores. If 1 crore is given to you, okay, like it is told in movie, I actually chupista annattu. So capital is required to do something. What is venture capital? For startups, venture capitals, all these things. They are providing easy credit, easy capital, because of which they are growing faster. So that happened, surplus. Merchants' wealth and power expanded. New class started emerging slowly. Okay. So merchant taxes increases the king's power and wealth. So definitely king will support the merchants. Because these merchants are paying more taxes to the king initially. Right? That's the reason we are supporting, or the kings are supporting these traders, because previously land was the only source of income. Now new form of tax revenue is coming to the king. Will the king support them or not? Yes. If you come back to Indian history, not only in medieval Europe, if you come back to Indian history, in Indian history also, why did many, even South Indian rulers, allowed Europeans to establish their factories in India? Factories means port towns. Why did they allow? Sir, are they fools? They don't know that these people will come and conquer. They don't know actually. Okay, they allowed it because a new form of taxation will come. More revenues will come in the hands of the king. Later, the traders became an imperial power. That's a different story in India, in all colonies. That's the reason king supported initially. Every king supported. New form of taxation used to come. So this we are referring to as what? Commercial revolution. Then after commercial revolution, scientific revolution. Newton, okay, or with respect to Earth, Jupiter, solar system, understanding of our planets, understanding of various forces, understanding disasters, understanding diseases, steam engine, okay, textile, lot of improvement, lot of technologies in textile industries. So science started developing, scientific revolution, chemistry, biology, maths, physics, right? Various fields developed, new discoveries coming into picture, new ways of doing the things got emerged. Okay, did this end even today? No, still it is happening in its own way. Industrial Revolution 4.0, different names, AI, robotics. Okay, science is always changing, no doubt about it. But why we are calling it as revolution? Because many kind of changes are happening in a small amount of time. Okay, people never thought that I got a disease because of some other living entity. Fine. So, and we can cure it also. Okay, all these things happened, survived. So, after this, another area which we are calling it as reformation. What are the things I told? This photo is resembling reformist movement. Okay, Protestant ethic, sorry, not Protestants itself. So, Catholic Church was questioned by many groups, many people, even Calvinists, Martin Luther. Don't confuse it, Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, race blacks. Initial, he was the first Martin Luther. So he started questioning, see, look at the clergy, look at the church, it is accumulating lot of wealth, they are having a lot of leisure, they are wasting the resources of the common people. Why you have to accept everything told by people in the church? Follow religion, follow original religion. Don't follow the mediators in between. Okay, let us progress ourselves. Calvinists and Protestants, a kind of reformist that happened. Not only this reformation, the church, after getting bolt from this reformist, it also started to change the way in which it was functioning. Okay, so the role of religion got changing. No, not only religious education, scientific education happened. So teach science to the students. Fine, we will change our methods. We will not try to influence the king. King has his own role, or the democracy has its own role. We will be limited to our private life like that. Okay, so reformation, counter-reformation, both happened. Okay, after that we have this enlightenment. Each thing is different. When we are talking about enlightenment, these are the people who question the existing norms in a big way. Okay, they said that why political power or executive power, judicial power, legislative power, why they have to be concentrated in one man? King. When I say executive, political, judiciary, everything is decided by king. Okay, people have the right to elect their sovereign. Who are some few people who have to decide our lives? Okay, we will see those things. Watch, each of them has rest. Montesquieu, John Locke, okay, Voltaire, Hobbes, Rousseau. Okay, how they put out their thoughts. In fact, the literature provided by these Enlightenment thinkers provided the basis for French Revolution. Before French Revolution, can someone question king? No. The thought of liberty, equality, fraternity, that was not there before. People were divided into groups. How can we say that we all join together and do hi against the king? Not possible before. The conditions for French Revolution came from whom? Enlightenment thinkers. Okay, so after Enlightenment thinkers comes the very big event in world history, French Revolution. Okay, a kind of republics was established. Polity was changed. Once polity got changed, many changes became easy. Because the person who is changing, who is the responsible for everything, almost everything in the society, if you change that system, many systems will change. People will decide what they want. Okay, this resulted into French Revolution. After French Revolution, we can say that a kind of consolidation happened in the form of Industrial Revolution. Okay, factory system came up, capitalist class, working class, they are becoming dominant in the societies. Kings are no more influential. Political leaders came into picture. So these are all the changes which was happening. So in order to study these changes, we need a new science called sociology. Not only this, people are happy with the progress which we are making. See, there is a difference which you have to understand here. Many people came who are appreciating the progress made by us. Okay, they are appreciating what? Modernity. Okay, they are appreciating this existing system, this progress they are appreciating. But at the same time, there are many people, conservatives kind of, okay, who want to go back to the past social system. Okay, because they are not happy with the changes which are happening. Family, there is no stability. King, there is no stability. Who will come, who will go, no clarity. Even after French Revolution, the things which got established, they got collapsed. Who came back? Who came back immediately after French Revolution? Napoleon. Again, the change was not accepted. That was in turmoil. There was no stability. Napoleon again came back, more strong, more hard ruler. Okay, so social systems were gone. Nobody belongs to no one. Community organization, community orientation got declined. Individualism got increased. When people are individuals, they will not be rational. They will only look at their greed aspects. Social crime increased. Poverty was in very big, huge level. Only few sections of the society benefited. Capitalists, 18 hours work, 19 hours work. We are calling ourselves modern, but look at the status there. Poverty, diseases, exploitation, nobody to address your grievances. Okay, so when this thing, religion, people have lost belief. When they lost beliefs in what they have to believe, they don't know. Okay, so some sections of the society, in fact, most sections of the societies are favoring modernity, progressive, wealth generation, standard of life, new avenues of opportunities, new way of life, breaking away from barriers, freedom. Okay, so many young are desperate for what? Freedom. Not only 1947 national freedom. Freedom is there even, the desperation for freedom is there even today. 11 years boy, 12 years boy talks about freedom. Parents, why you are not giving me freedom? Okay, so but excessive freedom, is it dangerous or not? Yes, you are so stupid, you don't know what you have to do. Right? There has to be some control. Okay, so there was a standard example like this. So, an Indian teacher went to the West and he was talking about Indian society. So, one audience in the Western school, once boy got up, see what is there in your country? Lot of social constraints. What you have to do, you have to take permission from the parents. What you have to do, everything is subjected by social constraints. You can't be free. How you are so much praising your society? Why you are praising your society, Bolke? The Indian teacher was questioned by a Western student. Then Indian teacher, so he understood that this fellow will not accept it easily. He was desperate about this freedom concept and all those things. So the Indian teacher told, if I or you just went out and used washroom on the public place, on the road, if I do, okay, will you accept? How can you do? Washrooms are for what? How can you utilize? So there is some sense. No, that is freedom, na? Yes or no? That's not like that. No, you can't do. There are some rules. You can't. Then he understood why the rules should be there. There has to be rules while driving in the car in the road. Will having rules will make the society or the traffic function smoothly? If there are no traffic rules, every point of contact, every junction, there will be traffic jam. Who will benefit? Nobody. So society should follow some rules. Who told these things? Conservative. You are creating modernity. Family is changing, religion is changing, education is changing, economy is changing, polity is changing. Your belief systems are changing, values, norms, all are changing. But did it get stability even today? No. So the countermeasures came from conservatives who objected to the modernity or the things which are happening. Okay, they are saying go back to the original system. At least it was stable. Bolke. Even today, this conservative mindset exists. Yes or no? Whether in the name of religious revivalism, whether in the name of fundamentalists, What does fundamentalist want? They want everything according to the scriptures. Even today it exists. Conservative mindset, even today it exists. So, when some are saying, when some are in support, when some are not in support, it's not about these two. Okay. But what is the actual reality that we have to know? Na? How the society should be there. Some are saying the existing changes are very good. Some are opposing it. Counter, how they are opposing also I said. So what is the correct method or correct way in which the society has to progress? So in order to have a balance between these two counter views, modernity views and anti-modernity views, in order to get a balance from this, we have to study society in a systematic and scientific manner, which has ultimately related into creation of a new science called sociology. In order to study society in a scientific and systematic manner. What we are trying to tell. Many changes were happening. Renaissance, Reformation, Enlightenment, Scientific Revolution, Commercial Revolution, Industrial Revolution. Many changes were happening. Counter view was also there. One view says that all these changes are good for the progress of society. Counter view says that they are not good. Okay. So in order to study the society, what is required actually? We created there is a need for new science emerged called sociology. Purpose, what is the purpose? In order to study the society in a systematic and scientific manner. Right? So if you see any previous questions, let us see any previous questions with this subject. Sir Chuddam. Try to open it if you have. Chuddam. How is the demand of the examination in this topic? We'll try to see. You can download it also. Anything, specific things. Better to see from last 10 years. Last 10 years papers would be good. Fundamental. First point is modernity and social changes in Europe and emergence of sociology. We didn't complete the topic. I gave the overall view in which this is going. The rest of the things will be provided in the readings slowly. Yeah. Try to look at the questions now. What is the demand of the examination? Yeah. Explain how sociology has emerged as a distinct discipline based on rationality and scientific temper. Question meaning, can you understand now? Why a new science of sociology emerged? When we say rationality, obviously it will relate to scientific revolution. Not only about sciences, questioning the way, rational thought. Why I have to accept the norms, previous norms. So first question, explain how sociology emerged as a distinct discipline based on rationality and scientific temper. Second question, student, discuss the changing equation of discipline of sociology with other social changes. That is later part in the syllabus, you will see. Third part of Hindi, relation with sociology with other things. Sociology is preeminently study of modern societies. So are we studying past societies now? No. Ultimately at the end, which I concluded, they said that society, many changes. previous society was good. So what we have to study so that this society can be made as a good society? So that is the difference between anthropology and sociology. Anthropology also studies tribal origin of things, but sociology predominantly studies the present societies, not only European society, even today. Fine. So that word anni mix chesi icharu. How, what is common sense that we didn't do yet? Inka only first thing, how has enlightenment contributed to the emergence of sociology? Ante the thinkers which I showed, what are the thinkers? Locke, Voltaire, Rousseau, how they contributed to the emergence of sociology. Atla. Okay. Then comes, how did emergence of industrial society change the family life in Western Europe? Okay. How, if industrialization comes, because of industrialization, how family has changed? ఏమేం పాయింట్స్ రాయాలి అప్పుడు? కన్సెప్షన్, ప్రొడక్షన్, న్యూక్లియర్. ఓకే, ఫ్రమ్ ల్యాండ్ బేస్డ్ థింగ్ టు working based life things. Relationship got changed. Feudal relations are dominant. This estate group domination in the family relations, they got changed. It became more modern. Ala manam cheppukovali. Fine, that is the point. Write down how is sociological approach different from psychological approach. That's okay, later we will see. Sociology emerged in Europe and flourished to begin on social reformist orientation in the USA. Later part lo chuddam. Compare and contrast, it's okay. Ikkada chudandi. How did the French Revolution and Industrial Revolution play an important role in emergence of sociology? So మీరు చూస్తుంటే ఆ క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్ని ఎలా అడుగుతున్నారు? థీమ్ ఇది. This is just the theme which I gave. On that one particular topic, we didn't do other two topics, only one topic. Sociology, social change in Europe and emergence of sociology. Only that questions. Write a short note on emergence of sociology is an outcome of modernity and social change in Europe, keeping in sociological perspective in your view. When I say it sociological perspective, you have to write the other view also. It's not only that modernity and social change is happening, there is a counter view also, in order to balance this thesis and antithesis. I told on the first day, thesis, antithesis, you have to create a counter view. Then comes sociology and emergence. How is emergence of sociology linked with modernization of Europe? Any questions repeat అవుతున్నాయి చూడండి, same theme. Okay, in first day, if you can have this, break the barrier of understanding the questions, will you get confidence or not? Anni questions kaadu, just one theme. Sociology, many changes, need for a new science because some are in support of the changes, some are against the changes. How to study the society now? How to, clarify these doubts? That pushed the need for new science so that we can build better social laws. Okay, ala mano we have to do this. Then write a note, repeated question. Sociology as a byproduct of Industrial Revolution. Write a short note, intellectual sources for rise of sociology. What point you will write for intellectual sources for the rise of sociology? You will start with Enlightenment thinkers. Then you will also talk about counter views. Finally, you will quote some early sociologists. Auguste Comte, Durkheim, manam starting lo chusnam. Atla. Okay. Then, had the French Revolution anything to do with emergence of sociology in Europe? Do a critical study. Definitely. Without changing the polity, how can the various vast changes in the society can happen? Okay. Then explain the, okay, anti-positivist radu. Do you agree with the view that sociology can never be? Adi inka cheyaledle manam. Right? So, every publication has its own way of publishing the things. Konni chudandi. Ikkada oka 10 questions chusam which are relevant. ఆ 3 క్లబ్ చేసి టాపిక్ బై టాపిక్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్. అప్పుడు ఈజీ అవుతుంది. ఇట్స్ నాట్ దట్ సోషాలజీ పేపర్ విల్ బి లిమిటెడ్ టు వన్ టాపిక్ స్పెసిఫికల్లీ, నో డౌట్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. ఇట్ విల్ ట్రై టు జంప్, బట్ ఇనీషియల్ స్టేజెస్ దట్ విల్ పుట్ ఎ గైడ్ లైన్ టు యూ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫోకస్ ఆన్. Okay, some people will start Cultural Revolution, 5 days they will read. French Revolution, 5 days they will read. Industrial Revolution, 2 weeks they will read. Go to BA Sociology, na? Big things are there. Feel happy that you are reading a lot. After studying most of the things except one question with related to the emergence of sociology, I think I saw one question here. Yes, this USA angle adigadu. Except this question, do you think that everything that brief topics we will see? చూసాం కదా, ఇదే ఏరియాలో క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తున్నాయా లేదా? అవునా కదా? అంతే. మీరు ఎంత చదివినా ఏం లాభం, అన్లెస్ అండ్ యూ డూ రైటింగ్ ప్రాక్టీస్. ఓకే, సో రైట్ ద క్వశ్చన్ యాజ్ ఎ హోంవర్క్. అక్కడ చెప్తాను చూడండి. Why did sociology emerge in Western Europe? Why did sociology emerge in Western Europe? Simple question. Simple start. I am just asking you to write the gist of today's class in your own words, 2 paragraphs. Okay? Why did sociology emerge in Western Europe? Ante. Right? So like this, we will slowly do topics. Of course, we have to do those things in detail, no doubt about it, which we will do anyway. Right? Another homework which you have to see today is just study first chapter or not first chapter, whether it is in BA IGNU or Harlumbus. Try to read initial few pages. What is sociology? What is society? What is social institution? That you will get in BA. In Harlumbus, you will see about sociological imagination. Okay, purpose enti annattuga start reading. That also, you start reading those IGNO materials and Harlumbus slowly. Then you can be able to understand it in much more deeper level. Okay, chalo, we'll meet tomorrow.